2018 WSOB PBA Player Championship. Here are your finalists. With one PBA Tour title, the number 5 seed reigns from Plano, Texas. Give it up for Connor Pickford. The number 4 seed is a 3-time and current member of Team USA from Wichita, Kansas, A.J. Chapman. The number 3 seed holds multiple European Bowling Tour titles from Gothenburg, Sweden. Make some noise for Martin Larsson! The number 2 seed holds the record as the youngest player in PBA history to win a major championship from Austin, Texas. Give it up for Anthony Simonson! The number 1 seed is the 3-time PBA Player of the Year from Orange, New South Wales, Australia, Jason Belmonte!
Larsson, the veteran from Sweden, in the number 3 spot. And he seems like a veteran, but he's only 20 years old. Anthony Simonson, your 2 seed. And the number 1 seed is standing by with Kimberly Pressler right now. First time you were seeing him. He is a 3-time Team USA member. This is his first tournament as a PBA professional, and he has made the show in a major. And he is a power player, as you can see, and he leaves the 7 to start things off.
He's got a beautiful game, and it was fun to watch him Friday night.
And a little fist pump of relief, I think, for A.J. Chapman.
Absolutely.
Now Connor Pickford out of Plano, Texas. He picked up 1 title on tour, and he won the Mark Roth Marshall Holman PBA doubles with Anthony Simonson, the number 2 seed. That comes in a little light and then finishes strongly.
Yeah, that's all about ball speed, and talking with the players and how they attack this 45-foot pattern, they all said the same thing. It's all about controlling ball speed. You get too firm, and the bowling ball will blow right through the end of the pattern and miss the break point.
Fix all of that today.
Let's go, Connor! Yes!
That's how you do it. 9-pin was a little reluctant, but it took a little punishment.
Beautiful shot, and a great start for Connor Pickford. It's exactly what you want to do to a rookie making his first ever telecast. You put pressure on A.J. Chapman immediately, and you see how the youngster holds up.
But in Vegas last year, again, as an amateur. That's got to hurry. He got a big break there, just leaving the 8-pin behind. So Chapman a couple of spares, but Pickford with a double to open things.
And Dave, this youth movement you speak of, in all of my years of being out on tour, I think this is one of the strongest young cast that we've ever had out here. These youngsters that are coming out on tour, they're already seasoned. They come in with confidence. They have the physical ability to come out and win right away, and that's what we're seeing. It's amazing.
Chester, Iowa, Lightning Lanes. So it's in the family. There you go. Just crushed them.
Gets his first strike on national television, and we'll breathe a little sigh of relief after this beautiful shot here.
Well, that really has to hurry, and the first mistake of the match.
Firm to the right, no good on this 45-foot pattern.
Just like that.
Well, obviously he was watching me telestrate how to make that.
And looks a little better.
One of his ball reps just left to go get him some coffee to go with that sweet roll.
Oh, there's Dad right there. Retain the momentum off of a perfect 3rd frame. That really has to rush. And that's going to be heavy trouble here for Chapman. 1, 2, 6, 8, 10. Left side.
Yeah, throw the head pin right.
Now he missed the head pin. He knew it. You could hear him grunt a little bit as soon as he threw it, and he knew he missed the head pin. So suddenly down 23 after 4 frames. Right now the pins are uncooperative. That time a 2-8-10 for AJ.
Yeah, and this is where, as a young player making television for the first time, you start sweating like you have malaria. The ball's not reacting down lane. Back-to-back open frames for AJ Chapman if he can't convert the 2-8-10, which I've only seen converted twice on television.
Well, if this were a basketball game, he would call a timeout right here. So back-to-back opens for Chapman, and he shrinks to a 35-pin deficit with Pickford off a strike in the fourth. Boy, that just marched down the lane with a purpose.
There's a lot of folks that feel like Connor Pickford has not lived up to his abilities, myself included. Just stay in the moment, keep repeating good shots.
A little early.
Yeah, and he didn't like it.
Celebration there, guys. A little early.
I don't know. It sounds like he was talking to you there for a second.
I think he was referring to the fans. They got a little anxious with their with their applauding, and he heard them right before he let go of it. Got it up the lane, went through the nose.
Oh my goodness! Seriously?
Come on.
Recover after a couple of frames that went against him. Well, he got the. I was going to say, how many more messengers do we have on that shot? He is left with a single pin. Time for our track tech talk. Randy, you're going to break down AJ's game here.
Yeah, bright future. I wanted you to look at all these great positions that AJ gets into. Now watch where the bowling ball goes in the downswing. It falls to the inside of the vertical line. This helps him project the ball to the right. Take a look at where his hand is. Fingers perfectly behind the bowling ball with a little wrist tilt. And folks at home, if you hear the term you're dropping your right shoulder, well, guess what? That's a good thing. Bright, bright future for young AJ Chapman.
Consecutive Sunday majors on the tour on ESPN. And at that time, a little light in the 10 pin.
It looked like he moved left and tried to get more hand into it to get it to turn the corner. He comes in late, leaving that soft 10, and you know, it's such a learning experience out here. You go from cashing to making match play to making a telecast, and then once you get to the telecast, you almost have to learn all over again. You have to learn how to win.
He'll attack the single pin.
It's such a crapshoot, Dave, once you get to your top 5 and TV, especially for your tournament leader.
Single pins during the qualifying and during the match play. Covered that one. He was very disappointed with the spare making. As a matter of fact, in the 7th of the 8th games, right before we picked our 5 finalists, he missed back-to-back single pins, cost him a match, and he took a little walk down the bowling center, ran into Rhino Page, who gave him some encouragement. There you go, that 9 pin went down that time.
Great hand at the bottom of the swing.
The Timeless, No Rules Pearl, and the Torrent. And this is a Timeless, and well, let's see, that Messenger's not going to get the job done there. And Pickford pretty much has this in hand. Chapman will smother the 10 pin. Pickford, by the way, mentioned his arsenal, the No Rules Pearl, the Daredevil, and the Code Black. So the ball changed to the Timeless here for Chapman. Well, even the great shots just aren't going for him today.
You know, I got to tell you, Dave, this is typically how it goes for a first-time player making his first ever telecast. And it's a cruel thing to watch. You know, it's like a prize fight. You always have a plan coming in until you take that first hit in the chops. But I promise you this is not the last time you'll see AJ Chapman.
Oh, no. I mean, if you can do this in your first time out, there's nothing to say that you can't make other telecasts throughout the season. I don't doubt that for a second, that he'll continue and he'll learn from this.
Again, and Mark Lewis out of Wichita State.
And Pickford just too good right now.
Game over.
Yes, Chapman has had his problems, but Pickford has been outstanding.
Right now, Connor Pickford's going to use the 10th frame to make sure he stays lined up when he takes on Martin Larson in the next match.
Threw a double and was jumping out of his shoes and then converted a couple of very difficult spares, really splits. And that seemed to really settle him and just made it impossible for A.J. Chapman to win today. So Connor Pickford is moving on. He'll take on the number 3 seed, the veteran Martin Larson. And it's business as usual so far for Pickford.
Connor's doubles title. See some airtime. Could see some lofting over the left gutter.
And Larson's going to be wide. Is going to start with trouble. Going to attack. It just missed.
And one on the left line was actually pretty good, the 210. So I got a little confused. My ball wasn't quite doing the right thing. And then I got 9 a couple more times. And it was hard to get something going when my ball was doing the wrong thing and Connor was obviously pretty matched up.
How much did the nerves play a factor today?
I mean, I was definitely nervous, but I don't think it was terrible. I feel like I executed pretty well for considering the first time I've been on my own single show.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. Guys, back to you in the booth.
We'll get used to talking to him, Kimberly. I suspect we'll see A.J. again. Came in just a skosh high and leaves the 4-pin. Again, single pins and Pickford, not pals this week, but he has covered his single pin so far very nicely.
Right now, just focus on each and every shot.
Oh, yes, on the messenger. There's a crowd at the door, but nobody can get in.
Had a couple of looks at tripping the 10 out.
No, he's no trouble today with what was giving him trouble in qualifying.
I heard a rumor that after our interviews, he actually went out and shot single pin spares for about an hour.
And then
Wouldn't have been
the shiny one on the left.
Wouldn't have been a bad idea as he has a quick word there with Tim Mack. Then we take a look at Larson.
Changing balls.
Well, in his arsenal, the Phase 2, the Daredevil, and the Timeless. What's he have here?
Daredevil.
No, 3-6-10 this time.
Here on that shot.
He's trying to avoid big mistakes.
Remember last night at dinner, getting back to Connor Pickford's spare issues? Remember Sean Rash last night told us that his spare game would be better today.
And he was right. You figure Rash does know what he's talking about. There you go. The 8 sweeps out a little bit late. Larson's relieved.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, beautiful shot here by Martin Larson. 8-pin the last to go, and he's like, hallelujah.
Responds.
Please hook.
Please hook. It did.
There was the adjustment off of the 4-pin.
So,
But, I mean, that's not an easy name to pronounce out of the box.
no, it is not.
Good call, Timmy. Good call.
So, something that Tim Mack said to him, he just complimented.
Yeah, he said, good call, Timmy, good call. And I think he's just continually chasing it left.
Connor at times. So Larson all of a sudden down 23, coming off his strike, though. And he got it. Mixed him up, beat him up.
Now, a good shot and a good break there to keep Martin.
It's my birthday. Took a picture with the fan, then about 5 minutes before we went on the air, he won't be too happy with that. About 5 minutes before we got on the air, he took a selfie with some people in the crowd and tweeted it out.
A lot of players out here that nobody would be unhappy if Martin Larson were to win.
Gonna have to smother this, though. Oh boy, I thought that was gonna snap toward the 2, and at the last second it didn't do that. And all of a sudden, you mentioned he could have been down 3, Randy. Now he's down 27.
Tournament of Champions, Martin Larson is not.
And he won't be if Pickford continues to roll it like that.
Yeah, great comment there, Dave, and a great shot out of commercial break.
So Pickford through the face, and he got it. He broke up 3 splits with that.
Chips out the 4-7-10 late. What a huge break when you're working on a string. To win out here, you've got to be a little lucky. You have to have things go your way. And
So Larson has no room for error here.
Another ball change.
And there's a bit of an error. Well, his parents are missing the show. They're flying in from Sweden. Actually, we'll be joining him in Las Vegas in a couple of weeks. Beautiful coverage that time by Martin. There you go. Might be too late, but Larson's going to enjoy it while he can.
He needs a lot of help.
Yes, you do.
Well, there's a crowd at the door, but no one can get in.
Okay.
Without question.
And look at that again. Just all the reaction going Pickford's way right now.
Can I expand on your last question?
Of course.
Well, you look at who the last 4 years, who the player of the years have been after we take a look at the Barbasol close shave of the day. Connor Pickford comes in and closely shaves the 1-3, and it's a 5-bagger. So you look at the last 4 players of the year, Belmonte 3 in a row, and now E.J. Tackett. Those two do not lack anything when it comes to power. With a little more power, Connor Pickford in that same category.
Yes! Well, with Connor Pickford wrapping this up, it will be the 24-year-old Pickford against the 20-year-old Simonson. We have a streak right now of 6 consecutive majors won by players 25 or younger. Now, Jason Belmonte can slam that down if he wins. He is the top seed, but we are going to have somebody under 25 in the final.
So are you saying that it's probably a little too late for me to win another major?
Never too late. Are you kidding me? Just think Nicklaus at 86 Masters. That's all.
Yeah, he was what, 46?
I want to be there, and I'm going to go, yes, sir, when you get a strike that wins the match.
Little Vern Lundquist.
Uncle Vern is always a good one to quote.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, last year when he was 19.
Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
I was going to say 5 TV finals last year.
Using a Wreckham to start on the left lane.
And it behaved exactly like the title suggested it might. Had that thing deleted.
Do you have any more on that story, Dave?
That tooth is history.
All right, well, and so the moral of the story is, and for those young, aspiring PBA professionals out there, remember to always brush and floss after every meal.
My brother, he is just locked in.
Different ball for Anthony Simonson on the right lane, going with a timeless.
All right, so I'll ask the obvious question, why different balls for these lanes?
Because obviously the right lane reacts differently than the left lane. He's standing in front of the bar return, so now it's a 2-step approach for Simonson on the right lane. It's incredible what this young man can do.
We're off to the races here, kids.
So what he's done is he's trying to mimic his approach on the right lane, so he moves way up on the left lane. It's about 4 steps if you count each one, but if you were to measure them, it's still only about 2.5 steps. So pretty impressive.
A ringing 10. That shot as good as any of the others we've had so far. By the way, just to cap things off with Martin Larson, during the break, he autographed and gave away the ball he used, one of the balls he used in the match.
It's a good thing he gets them for free.
Again, Pickford will attack those single pins, no problem at all. In fact, Martin is standing by. For Kimberly, thank you. Martin, thank you also very much. A little trouble there for Pickford. Now 10-pin got kicked out. He's left with a 6.
First real questionable shot in a while for Connor Pickford.
He's been very calm on his spares today. In his opening match with A.J. Chapman, he converted a 210. Ooh, man.
I'm not sure how many times in 41 games you can not stop whenever you need to. It's not really that difficult to just walk back.
Let's take a look at when he gets to the foul line on this shot. He
Gonna go after this and miss.
halfway to the foul line, he was thinking, his brain's thinking, listen, stop, 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 and he kept going. At the ball return, the cap on the ball return to make sure he's starting in the right
Can you put
spot.
that sign down, please? Thank you.
So he'll
She's
start
just going up
from,
and down with it.
from scratch. Spectators are given signs, given a chance to make signs, and they're just down off to his, when his left eye could see that sign was being raised.
No, it just caught his vision because it's down lane. He did the right thing there. He finally was able to stop and pull back and start over.
And strike. Well, there was a chance from Martin Larson to go to 3 pins down, and instead he went to 27 down. Disastrous frame, and a kick save and a beauty on the 10. He was yelling for that all the way. He said, come on, the second he threw it, and now he's got a big open.
Again, the trajectory looked left, and there's not enough oil in the middle of the lane to hold this one on line. There's not enough angle created through the front.
Yeah, missed everything there. Simonson is now dialed in. It is indeed go time. He's opened up 25 on Connor Pickford.
Now you got to wonder whether or not Simonson and his deep inside line and rev rate is affecting Connor Pickford on the left lane.
At all. Missed badly on his effort to slide the 4 over to that 10. And that goes through the face, Randy. What's happened here?
Well, you just heard him say there, it's not the right ball. It was the right ball for every match except this one, and it started out as the right ball. The last 3 shots have all gone, the last 3 out of 4 shots have all gone high.
So he will attack. Oh my goodness. That was amazing.
Yeah, it's not often you shoot the 3-4-7, but you know, I think the other thing that happens though to players when they compete against the high rev two-handers, Simonson, Jesper Svensson on the left side, Jason Belmonte, is what happens to the oil pattern, how much they transition, how much they break down.
Jason Belmonte looking for his 7th major. Is standing by to meet the winner of this match. Looking more and more like Anthony Simonson, but what a quality, classy shot there from Connor Pickford.
You know, I could be wrong, but I think that Connor just needed to make bigger moves sooner.
And that was missed wide. Leaves him with a 210. He'll take the count. His lead down to 23 as we get ready for the foundation frame.
Well, that, you know, when you have a big lead like this, the last thing you want is to give your opponent any type of hope. And Connor Pickford now can strike out to shoot 212. Simonson's still in the 220s, but one more open frame for Simonson. This whole game has changed.
Remember, he's using two different balls, one on the left, one on the right lanes. Devastating strike on the left lane.
And getting back to what you asked me about Belmonte, this is exactly what he did all week. He waited for the lanes to break down to where he could get so far left, start lofting the left gutter cap, and there's nobody in the world better at that than him.
No, he stood straight up. That's always the easiest sign for a bowler, when they stand straight up after a shot they don't like. Got to get this. No trouble.
Honestly, Dave, it was just the one shot in the 7th frame where he went high. Every ball prior to that was in the pocket on the right lane. It was a left lane. He went back to back, kind of like a bulldog salivating over a pork chop.
There's that kick on the 10 that you've talked about many times.
Dave, one more.
And another re-rack being called for. Well, he's used them wisely.
Well, he's making him show up. I've seen it more than one time where a player forces his opponent to show up in the 10th frame after a commanding lead.
And no.
Fine. Make him work for it. He's got to earn it.
Simonson, 8 on 2 balls. We have a tie. 9 on 2 balls. Simonson will bowl Belmonte for the title. Yep.
Okay.
That looked left out of his hand, and that was almost disaster. I mean, he could have got 5 on that shot, but instead it's the 3-6-10. Should be no problem for Simonson to get at least 9, but this is left the whole way. And I'll tell you what, I promise you, when he let go of it, he was praying.
If he picks up 2 out of these 3, he moves on. Or 3 out of 3 will do. Anthony Simonson, the reigning Masters champion, against a man who has 6 majors and is looking for his first win in nearly 2 years to the date, Jason Belmonte. It's a two-handed finale.
For me, the key is to be able to stay firm and aggressive. Didn't look like that's possible now. Remember when he said he had to get soft and he made a mistake? It was a disaster. When your rev rate's that high and you're trying to throw the ball slower, a lot of bad can happen.
So Anthony Simonson starts this match on the left lane, where he had great success in the last match, and he leaves the 4-pin here.
Simonson's two-handed style is a little bit softer, both with speed and with rev rate, than Belmonte.
Gold. He has won already, the USBC Masters.
Will this be the 7th consecutive major won by a player under the age of 25?
Or will 7 be the number for Jason Belmonte's major?
Yeah, great point.
He's opening with the Timeless. And a little loft right there, and he'll mix them up.
One of your good friends.
I actually think it's a little bit easier. I mean, the part that's tough about it is knowing how good he is. And, you know, like I said, you give him the opportunities, he's going to take them. So I wish him the best of luck against Belmont.
All right, that's very kind of you. Thanks so much for your time, guys.
All around the corner, starts out with a double.
Oh, that got it hooked.
Well, look out of there. No, I thought the messenger would clip the 10. He said immediately, look out, it's got a hook.
Doesn't strike from there.
That's a much better ball. Well, the 8-9 pins didn't stand a chance that time.
So important in big February to get off to a good start with the back-to-back-to-back majors. I mean, this can make or break your entire season.
Oh, he hates it. And he's probably relieved that that's all there was.
He now loves it. He knew it as soon as he let go of it. Fortunate to only leave the 2-pin.
Interesting conversation with him that we touched on a little bit earlier in the show. 3-time player of the year going into this season. E.J. Tackett now owns that title. And Domo told us One of the reasons he thinks he struggled a bit on television last year was that fourth player of the year, which would have been unprecedented in PBA history, really weighed on him anytime he got to where he could see a title.
At hand.
There you go. 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Well, he hasn't gone flush yet, but he's got 3 out of 4 strikes.
And Belmonte had said, and he talked a little bit earlier at the top of the show with Kimberly, he's kind of flushing 2016. It's a new year. And Simonson with a very similar looking strike. That one also not flush, and Anthony Simonson refuses to let Belmo dictate everything in this match.
Right now, looking to get back into this, he can cut Belmonte's lead to just 2.
Yep. Through the nose.
Looked like the follow-through indicated.
Add another tally to the time that I should have stopped this week.
Looked like the follow-through indicated the ball was going to be left.
Needed to tap in and get Connor Pickford to shoot that. Pickford made it earlier today.
Tap in?
Yep, in the opening match. It's like tag team doubles and wrestling. Jones and Sean Rash. Sean is here today. I think TJ is too. Have a better percentage. And again, you're right. He hasn't been burying the pocket, but the pins are taking a beating.
Well, when you have a rev rate of over 600 and you throw it 18 miles an hour, I mean, you're going to do this to pins. My thing right now is he hasn't gone flush yet.
In 2009, he was the PBA player and PBA Rookie of the Year. That's only been done 4 other times. That time he didn't go flush
just
either.
a little quick. Just a pinch quick.
He threw in too hard. He actually did that in the 3rd frame and got away with it.
Going for it all here, and he can't quite get it. So how does he correct that inability to hit the flush that you're looking for?
It's speed. And remember, he told us Friday night, he told us yesterday that it's tougher for him to gear down. It's tougher for him to get softer. I think he struggles when he has to throw it harder, which is easier for Belmonte.
That's a good looker right there. 7 pin, the last to fall.
Again, another opportunity for Simonson to get back in it.
There's flush. Little shade thrown Belmo's way.
Next 2 shots, very telling in this title match for Belmonte.
Gotta hurry.
This was the one thing that was going to slow Belmonte down. Lack of friction or the pattern becoming very speed sensitive.
A very low scoring final. 178-161 in the PBA Detroit Open. That might be what he needed. Big smile there from Belmo.
They're doing it. You know, I'm not sure how this affects Jason Belmonte's psyche, but I know for me, as a former player, I would be trying to figure out a way to get the ball to go flush, because in 8 shots, he hasn't gotten near flush, but it's smoke and mirrors right now.
Yeah, that's true. Simonson through the face. Again, you could tell the telltale sign of standing up quickly. And that sleeper back there makes it a little bit tougher.
Oh, it completely changes.
Got it. Beautiful.
He got up there and threw it as hard as he could, and was fortunate to carry the back pin, the 9 pin. But that was a golden opportunity for Simonson to win his 2nd major. Now down by 20, 2 frames to go. Monte can still shoot 235.
Well, there's one way to get to that max score of 205 with a foundation strike in the 9th.
If Belmonte goes spare, strike, spare, we have the possibility of a tie.
There's closer to flush than for a blink of an eye. The 7-10 was standing and they got knocked down.
Well, that shot looked very unusual for me as it came out of Belmonte's hand. Watch the follow through. follow-through was short and dead left, and that was an attempt to get his bowling ball to read sooner.
Big loft. Big turn.
Yes!
Big lift.
Yes!
Amazing. He never went dead flush, one shot, and he's going to win. Any questions about Jason Belmonte's struggles or what's wrong with Belmo? Like I said at the top of the show, nothing.
You know what? I can maybe be player of the year this year. Whoa, leave a little behind there, but it doesn't matter. Jason Belmonte is your champion. I don't know.
Everybody back home for waking up early. I love you so much, everybody. Coming home a winner.
A little shaving cream, which Belmo doesn't use that often.
Thank you, Barbasol. Thank you, PBA. Thank you, Storm. High five, Ultimate Inserts, Dexter. Everyone that's been a
Congratulations
part
to
of
a
this. Thank
great
you so
champion.
much.
Jason Belmonte has returned to the winner's circle. It was only 2 years. It might have felt to him like 20.